Let's start with Chapter 1, Introduction of Ethical Hacking. So as we start, the first question that arises in our mind is, what is ethical hacking? Ethical hacking can be defined as the experimentation work on technology to find out flaws or weakness in it, so that it can be reported to the concerned department or company because it is necessary to make a patch of that vulnerability. Otherwise, black hat hacker take advantage of that vulnerability and compromise the machine. Now the thing is that what we are going to secure, it's information. Information can be personal information or professional information. So how will we define information? Information can be defined as the processed data which contain some meaningful message. Information does not depend on language, it can be a chain of symbol, mental stimuli of living being. The meaning of information depend on time, place and situation. As per the time and situation, information may vary. So, what is information security? Information security can be defined as the practice of protecting information from unauthorized access, uses, disclosure, modification, copying, or destruction. An information security technique can be defined as the way and means to use secure our personal or private information from being hacked or misused. Moving on, what are the problems faced by corporate world? Information loss, blueprint loss, exploitation of machine, Trojan attack, virus infection, poisoning, security breach. These are some of the general and important problems faced by corporate world. We will discuss these concepts in further chapters. Now, one more question that come in mind, why corporate world require information security? They require information security to secure employee and employer personal and professional information, to prevent breach of data, and not to be a victim of identity theft. That's why most of the corporate world focus on information security. CIA TRADE means confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality means preventing the disclosure of information to unauthorized individual or system. Integrity means maintaining and assuring the accuracy and consistency of data over its entire life cycle. Availability means it can be defined as the information must be available when it is needed. Many people ask this question whether hacking is legal or not. The answer to this question is that hacking is legal because it is experimentation work on technology to find out vulnerability or flaw in it, and the intention of the individual decide whether he uses this vulnerability for illegal purpose or means or not. So we can say hacking is not illegal. Hackers are categorized on the basis of their technical skills and their intention of work. Categories on the basis of their intention of work are black hat hacker, white hat hacker, and grey hat hackers. Black hat hackers are technically very sound. They use their skills for illegal activity. That's why they are called black hat hackers. White hat hackers is also technically very sound. They use their skills for defensive purpose only. And the last one is the grey hat hacker. Approximately 70 to 80% of the hacker in the world is grey hat. Means as per the convenience of their work, they will decide how their work should be financial profit. They sell the information in the black market. Now we have one more category on the basis of their technical knowledge. It is neophyte, script kiddies, elite hacker, which are also called 1337. Neophyte hackers are also the new faces in the field of hacking. They start learning the new concept of ethical hacking. Now the second one is script kiddies. These are those hackers who use the predefined scripts or tools very well and take out the information required for pen testing. The third one is elite hacker. It is the term used to describe the most technically advanced hacker who use cutting edge technology. What is the difference between hacker and cracker? As we have seen earlier, Hacker is the security professional who perform their experimentation on technology and report the vulnerability to the concerned company, whereas cracker is the professional who use the vulnerability for exploitation and personal gain. Cracker is always involved in malicious activity. To perform ethical hacking, we have to follow 5 phases. These 5 phases are 5 tasks which we perform to achieve the target. First, information gathering. Second, scanning. Third, gaining access. Fourth, maintaining access. 5, clearing tracks. These 5 steps are also performed by a black hat hacker, but a white hat hacker or ethical hacker perform only 4 steps. First is information gathering, second is scanning, third is gaining access, fourth is reporting vulnerability or vulnerability reporting preparation. We do not perform clearing track because we have already taken permission from the concerned company regarding the testing which we are going to perform in their network or company. Now let us discuss the steps of hacking one by one. First one is information gathering. Information gathering is defined as to gain as much information as you can gain about the target using Google or any of the source. You can use social engineering, who is YouGetSignal, or social networking site, anything. Information gathering can be passive or active depending upon the mode you choose to gain the information. Now, second step is the scanning. Scanning is the process to scan the remote machine or domain and find out the open port, port number, services installed on that port, operating system of the remote machine, their trace-through technology and topology, and MAC address if we scan the local operating machine. Obviously, scanning is the active process. Famous tool used for scanning is Nmap, which is called network mapping, Nessus vulnerability scanner. Third step is gaining access. In gaining access, we try to gain the remote machine. By using the exploit, we take advantage of that vulnerability of the machine using which we found the scanning step. Fourth step is maintaining access. By maintaining access, we fulfill our motive. It should be clear in mind that if we gain access to some remote machine, we definitely have some motive to fulfill. To fulfill that motive, we use appropriate payload. Some of the hackers use rats, Trojan, backdoor to steal information or to fulfill their task. This is called maintaining access. Fifth step and the last step is clearing track. Clearing track means to clear the logs which have been created during the penetration or scanning of the remote machine. The logs contain IP addresses, MAC addresses and timestamps. So we have to clear the log so that during the forensic investigation they will not get their traces about the hacker machine. Deliverables. In deliverable, we give the detailed vulnerability report and also suggest the patch of the vulnerability so that the concerned company make patch of the vulnerability and update their client so that they do not suffer for the attack. As an ethical hacker, we have to follow some rules or guideline. First is the non-disclosure agreement, which means that in any case we will maintain the confidentiality of the project. Second is we have to maintain integrity. Let's discuss some of the essential terminology that is frequently used in ethical hacking. First one is threat. Threat is an action or event which has a potential challenge to security. Second one is vulnerability. As we have already discussed, it is the existence of a flaw or error in the design of a system which can cause undesirable result ranging from compromise of system security. Third one is attack, an action which attempt to violate or challenge the integrity or security of a system. Fourth one is exploit, a defined way to breach the security of a system or product using an identified vulnerability. These are some of the important terms that are repeatedly used in ethical hacking. I hope you also want to know some of the interesting facts about hacking. So let's take a look at the history of hacking. In early 1970s, John Draper made a long-distance call for free by blowing a precise tone into a telephone that tells the phone system to open a line. That's how he made a free call. Late 1980s, Computer Emergency Response Team is formulated by US defense agencies. In that same year, at the age of 25, Calvin Mitnick secretly monitored the email of MCI and Digital Equipment Security officials, for which he is convicted for damage and stealing information and sentenced for 1 year. In early 1990, after AT&T long-distance service crashes on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, the law enforcement start a national crackdown on hackers. Hackers break into Griffith Air Force Base Station, pivot computers at NASA and the Korean Atomic Research Institute. A 16-year-old British teenager arrested in this act. Latest act in 21st century. On 6th June, Nintengo servers of Japan has hacked. On 1st June, Gmail was hacked. Hacker demonstrate the vulnerability of Facebook. Answering to the mega upload attack, anonymous hacker. Approx 5,000 hacked FBI, Facebook, and Justice Department of US in February 2012. Michael Shim, who in 2000 simultaneously sabotaged eBay, Amazon and Yahoo for Valentine's Day. He was only 15-year-old. That's all about the introduction part of ethical hacking.